Alright, so shoutouts for this week go to CustomRCMods, Bashin Rc, SCRC, Dillon Pierce, and the 3 Amigos. Guys, if you want a chance at a channel shoutout, all you have to do is ask for one in the comments below, and I'll be sure to give you one if I choose you. Alright guys, so this is kind of part 2 of last week's RC Weekly, since I was able to look at the comments because YouTube was doing this or that, but yes, I can look at them. So let's go ahead. I did the shout outs. Let's go ahead and do Q&A. First question comes from Marky Paya. What came first, the chicken or the egg? You know what? I'm gonna say chicken. What do you think about that? All right, this isn't a question, but National RC said March 14th was his birthday. He's 14, so happy birthday. Late birthday, but happy birthday nonetheless. Next question comes from Eric Schreiber. I think so. For Traxxas / two-wheel drive, what should be the better system? Creation Sidewinder SET or the VXL system? Oh boy. Honestly, right off the top of my head, I know a lot of people are going to say Sidewinder SET, or at least the ones I talk to. The VXL system, I love, but I would even say go Creation Sidewinder. Next question comes from Blade Runner. Love that movie. Will you be getting the new Fortec 2.0? I don't know. He got a lot of RCs I want to get. If I can, I will. Next question goes to Eunice Harris. I'm new and I have a VXL Rustler. I want to put LED lights on it. Can you point me in the right direction and any upgrade I can do? Okay, upgrades for Traxxas Rustler. This thing. Honestly, let's see if I can do this quickly enough. RPM front A-arms, rear arms, shock towers as well, body mount for the front. You don't need one for the back. I would suggest a RPM transmission, or what they like to call the gearbox. You can get a wheelie bar if you want to. If it comes with a VXL, I think it does. Anaconda tires, if you don't have them, they're the best tread that lasts with the VXL, that's for sure. You're also going to want to get RPM caster blocks, as well as aluminum steering blocks and axle carriers. Can upgrade the drive shafts. I never had problems with the stock ones. That's one of those optional things. I do highly suggest though that you get aluminum wheel hex hubs as well, RPM front bumper, an aluminum bulkhead, and I do believe that is all the ones that you need to, oh yeah, aluminum shock cap. Shock caps? Yeah, aluminum shock caps. I want to say aluminum shock cap covers for some reason. But no, it's aluminum shock caps. Or you can just go with big bores. That just takes care of all of it. And the last thing that you're really going to want to do is get a stainless steel screw kit. All those upgrades I just mentioned are definitely the best thing for you to get for a Rustler. On the LED side, oh, there are so many how-to videos on YouTube of how to do LED setups. I actually have an LED how-to video. You just have to look through my channel and you'll find it. Next question goes to 12R1. Would be great to get a shout out to 12R1. Thanks, brother. I keep seeing you and I keep meaning to give you a shout out, and every time it comes to the channel shout outs, I can never find you. So I'm giving it to you now. 12R1, shout out for you. Silver Plasma MC asks, where do I ask Q&A? Well, you just asked a Q&A, so. Wow. Next one comes from Pyro RC. What are your thoughts on the RC Nitro superchargers, and would you recommend the OS 21 for the T-Max? How do you know what the OS 21 is? Sorry about that. Superchargers, I have seen them. They're neat. Honestly, I don't know if it's just for fun to put it on there or if it actually does improve performance. I really would not know, but they are really cool. Sorry I couldn't answer more. Next question comes from, oh my gosh, Turnin' Boots. Wish I'd name my red Rustler. Gosh, Inferno, that's a good one. It's a name I've always wanted to use. What are the top 5 upgrades I should put into it? Oh, of the 5 upgrades, out of all the ones I mentioned, an aluminum bulkhead, the RPM caster blocks and aluminum steering blocks and axle carriers. So those are the things I broke the most. Also, for some reason, the rear shock tower I broke a lot. So if you can get that RPM, that would be another good choice. This one comes from Eric Miller. Hey Jason, question for you. I have a 2-wheel drive slash and have the following mods. Castle SV3 4600, RPM front and rear A-arms, RPM front and rear hub carriers, RPM casterbox front and rear RPM bumpers, LCG kit, Savox 0231 servo, that's a good upgrade, RPM front bulkhead, STRC hardened screw kit, steel screw kit, there we go. Big bore shocks too. I don't race it, but however, I do take it off-road and take it to practices on clay track by my house. So I got some JC Concepts dirt webs and Hazard wheels by J Concepts. What else can I do to bulletproof my Slash? Thanks bro, Eric Miller. Holy mackerel, this thing. Well, honestly, I would say go ahead and get a Proline body. Proline with that thick plastic, it's gonna last a lot longer than the stock one. Everything else is pretty darn solid. Yeah, looking it over, you have pretty much all the essentials you need. At this point, it's just looking around on different websites, eBay is a good example, and just see what other upgrades you can get other than that, because this is a pretty solid RC. Next one comes from Shadow Plays. What's an easy, fast way to message you? I'd like to help with Joker. Ooh. Honestly, I keep saying go send me an email to darkeclipticheart projects at hotmail.com, but I just always forget to look at that email because I'm stupid. Honestly, I used to go through YouTube for messaging, but that became a big problem because they changed the whole setup of that. I would still say just go through my email, darkeclipticheart projects. It's a good way of contacting me. The only problem is that I just need to remember to look at it. Because I'm an airhead sometimes, I'm just like, huh? And then people are like, hey, I sent you an email. Oh yeah, darn it, I forgot, sorry. But yeah, the email would be the best way. Ultimate Traxxas Man says, will I ever get an X-Max? First, I want to get the E-Revo. Once I get the E-Revo, then I'll definitely consider getting other RCs. Joker is still at the forefront of the RCs I need to get. It's not like a want, it's I need that RC. Especially with how much is already invested into the parts as well as time and all that other stuff. RC for Life says, what is your all-time favorite RC and why? I have different favorite RCs for different reasons. Look-wise, I love the Bandit. That's my favorite looking RC. For fun bashing, I would definitely say the 4x4 Stampede I love Reaper. Reaper is so fun to drive. The first time I was able to drive that thing up a curb, I was like, Overall though, I would have to say that the Rustler is all around just favorite RC that I have. I think it's just because it was the first one that really started everything off, and Demon, he can do the speed runs, but at the same time he can do off-road without any issue. I mean, all you really have to do is change the tires and that's it, and he's ready to go. Victor Dobrinsky says, what are the best upgrades for the 1/16 E-Revo? Boy, we have a lot of questions for upgrades this week. Whew. All right, here we go. So, right off the bat, I am definitely going to say if you have the VXL version, you're going to want to have to get the steel drive shafts. Those are one of those that they're a pain, but you need to get them. Also, bearings for everything, including the rockers. For some reason, they like to put bushings in there. Get bearings. I don't remember the sizes for it though. But yeah, bearings. Another thing that's an absolute must is you need to get the steel hollow balls for all of the arms and everything else, because the plastic ones will break really easy. A good choice is also aluminum wheel hex hubs, and stainless steel screws are always a good way to go. RPM A-arms is a definite must now that I think about it, because I've broken a few. The only thing I need to figure out which is better is axle carriers, because the axle carriers are just terrible, they're plastic. I would prefer to get RPM, but I've heard some bad things about the RPM ones. I would love to get aluminum ones, but first I have to find them. And the last thing that I can think of, they're a pain to find, but if you can find them, get them immediately, is the chassis braces. The only thing I can say that you need to do that isn't technically an upgrade, it's a modification, is shimming the diffs. For the E-Revo, you can also get the center diff, but only for the E-Revo. From what I was looking up, it's kind of bad to put it into anything else. I mean, I guess you can get away with the Rally, but they don't really make the Rally anymore from what I know. The Summit, yeah, you don't want it to be a center diff. Jaden Davis says, hey man, I have a Traxxas Nitro Rustler that is red. Can you come up with a name for him? Oh, I don't know, I just gave Inferno. What's another red name that I can think of? I guess Crimson? That's actually a pretty cool name. There, I tried. Connections RC says, so I am living in below zero climate. A good portion of the year besides RPM plastic. What would you recommend for upgrade parts for my Stampede? Hopefully lots of tips. Make last night and this weekend at bar means RC money. Yes, I did get good RC money. Ah, gosh, if you can't go with RPM, then... Oh, that's a tough one. You could always just go with aluminum because aluminum's not gonna break. But the thing about aluminum is that you're gonna have to put plastic parts in between the aluminum parts unless that part is a solid part, which is hard to explain. But if you have aluminum parts next to aluminum parts, if you crash, the impact is gonna be pushed into the aluminum and it's gonna make one or the other or both of them bend or break. It's cheaper to replace plastic than it is aluminum, so RPM would definitely be your better option just because if it does break, you can send in the part for it to be replaced for free. You just have to pay for shipping and handling. It's just, oh, that sucks, man. Extreme RC Trucks is wondering what is my favorite RC in the RC community? Demon. That should go without saying. Bra bra. I'm getting a Traxxas Summit. What should I name it? Another name? I don't know. Oh, another name, 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 another name. You know, I can't think of a name to save my life. Maybe Colossus. Colossus has always been a good name. Now I want to watch X-Men. Deadman RC says, quick question, will the standard Rustler wheelie bar fit on the RPM trans case, or do I need to go RPM? Though it may not look like it, yes, it does fit on there. I have the RPM wheelie bar mount, but yes, before I had that mount, I did have it mounted to the RPM gearbox without any issue. iPod Guy 55, Mini 8 or Mini 8T? Ooh, I'll go with Mini 8. I've heard some good things about them. Risha Circuit asks, how often do you actually get your RCs out? Not often enough. Like I said, just this last RC Weekly, I just haven't been able to play with them these last couple of months. When I do have the time, I play with them at least 2-3 times a week, just driving them around. CustomRCMods asks, which is more fun to drive, Stampede 4x4 or the Slash 4x4? They are for two different reasons. Honestly, for all around bashing, I would say Slash 4x4, mainly due to the fact that it won't flip over so easily. That's the one thing I don't like about the Stampedes, is just they have this high center of gravity and they cannot take turns very well. Slash, it can. It's just built for speed. Overall, yeah, I would definitely say that for just fun, non-stop fun, not Stampede, the Slash. Overkill RC says, how do you edit your RC videos? I use Sony Vegas Movie Maker. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. I need to upgrade it though because the company name is no longer under Sony's control. It's now just called Vegas, and that's the company that controls it now. I don't know. It was weird. Freddy the Gamer, what song do you use to make Grimm's intro? I found that song a while ago. A long time ago, I went through YouTube and I found a whole bunch of techno songs I fell in love with. Grimm and Jester were two songs that I loved, but I never really found the real name for them. If I remember right, if you Shazam Jester's intro, you can actually find the song for it. I wonder if you can do that with Grimm. Next question comes from Genesis RC. Can you do a quick overview of your hobby room? Yeah. It needs work, but I can do that. So moving back from my new desk, we have a couple of drawers down here for storage. We have that subwoofer. which is attached to speakers that I need to remount, but I haven't been able to because one of them broke. Let me see. We got this basic holder for the 3 size millimeter metric screwdrivers that I have, or hex screwdrivers. Of course, I have all the shelves, the bodies that I hang on the wall. Always love them because they're not in the way. I got this filled with all the extra screws, as well as a whole bunch of other things that were just lying around. Gosh, I have stuff in here that I threw in here and just completely forgot about, honestly. Then down here, I've got a couple of toolboxes. This toolbox is filled with all my spare nitro parts, which I have a lot. A lot of this stuff I can't even use. Some of this stuff, a lot of projects that were started but never finished. Like, yeah, I was planning on building a Jado 3.3. A lot of things in here that just never happened. Yeah, I have a lot of parts actually. Then, behind this, I got a bigger box. I love this toolbox. If I could find another one, I'd be really happy. They actually have a smaller version of this. Got this over at Home Depot. But yeah, it holds even more parts, if you can believe that. Filled with boxes of things. Yes, guys, tons of stuff. And a lot of this is just stock backup parts. Some of these things I just hold on to just in case I need spare pieces. Yeah, other than that, I have this desk that used to be my whole desk. I have this thing that has been with me since the very, very get-go. I mean, it has Demon's original logo. That's where I got that design. His logo is the only one that I have never drawn. I've been meaning to, but I haven't. I literally just edited it off that sticker. Then yeah, we have more extra spare stuff. Over here I also have my charger, more spare parts, which are in little boxes. Then I have all my model stuff, more tools, pencils, body pins. Well, there's the charger. Then over on this side we have 2 more RCs, since they don't really fit on shelves. Those are just filled with random stuff throughout for the house. Then yeah, we have random shelves with just stuff that I have on there. Toolbox, and then DVDs. That's pretty much all that's in this room. Anyways, that's it. I just want to go ahead and do the Q&A and shoutouts real quick, because when it comes to next week, I know that it's gonna be I don't want to be overwhelmed with catching up with Q&A for 2 weeks. That's just a lot of footage. It takes a long time for the computer to render the video and to upload it. But anyways, this week, check this out. I finally got it. I got to get this installed as soon as possible into Creeper. That way Creeper can work again. I also need to go ahead and get these upgrades installed. I was going to do the upgrades tonight, but I thought I should go ahead and finish up last week's Q&A since I didn't get to do it because YouTube was having issues. Darn YouTube. Anyways, guys, I will be doing another RC Weekly in like, what, 3-4 days? Yeah. That one will hopefully be a complete one. And all the Q&A from the last week's RC Weekly, as well as this one, will be put into one, which is technically one video. I'll also do shout-outs chosen from both of them. So yeah, 2-parter for last week, and we'll be back to 1 part this week, and then hopefully I'll go ahead and get these upgrades installed. I do have Tuesday, Wednesday off, so that would be the days for me to go ahead and do it. Other than that, yeah, I'm working, so everyone take it easy. Keep RCing, keep having fun, take care of yourself, don't get sick, and good luck with allergies, because I'm not having any. See you later.